Allora, buongiorno a tutti, Mr. David Lynch, che stasera ritirerà il premio alla carriera, il Lifetime Achievement Award che verrà consegnato da Paolo Sorrentino. Vorrei cominciare con una domanda, alzate bene le mani poi per le vostre domande. Volevo cominciare con il chiederle questo: l'essere definito ormai da tempo il regista dell'inconscio è una cosa che la fa sorridere o la soddisfa?
If it's unconscious, you don't know it.
Ci sono delle domande? Allora c'è devo alzare le mani però, ti prego, perché sennò bene le mani, perché allora cominciamo da qui.
Hello, this is Paolo Lynch. Thank you for your gift of Twin Peaks. It was very important. Dr. Amp in Twin Peaks keeps saying, dig yourselves out of the shit. And I wonder if you use that advice every time you do a movie, Twin Peaks in this case. And the second question is, I talked to Sharon Fan very recently, and she told me that working with you is like getting in a ring, boxing ring with you. What did she mean exactly? Thank you.
I have no idea what Sherilyn Fenn meant by that. And I dig myself out of the shit by practicing transcendental meditation.
Allora, di davanti. Hi Lynch, I'm here on the first row. I'm Aisa, I write for a website called D Movies, Dirty Movies in London. So I noticed everyone that works with you, that they trust you and you trust them. But at the same time, you are in the control of the whole process. So I'd like to know, how do you balance trust and control on set?
You control the people that you trust. The whole idea is to translate the ideas to be true to the idea. So you try to talk to all departments to get them on the same road indicated by the idea. So we're all going together down the same road. And it just means talking to one another until there's an understanding. And the whole idea, as I said, is be true to the idea, every element.
Thank you. Domanda qui.
Buongiorno. A simple question. Who is the dreamer?
That's up to you.
Una domanda qui, prego.
Salve, intanto complimenti per i suoi film. Volevo sapere, lei ha avuto dei miti in passato a cui si è ispirato o tratti dai film o da libri o da fumetti o da qualunque altra cosa per i suoi film?
No, I like Franz Kafka, I like Jacques Tati, I like a lot of different, filmmakers, but I get inspired by the ideas that come, which I say are like gifts on Christmas morning.
C'è una domanda di successione con me.
Buongiorno, volevo chiederle, dunque, giorni fa c'è stato un incontro con Nanni Moretti, il quale ha raccontato, ce lo disse già alcuni anni fa a Bari, un episodio molto divertente avvenuto tra voi due, credo nel 2001 a Cannes, prima della premiazione. Lui era per La stanza del figlio e lei le disse, scherzando, che un giorno ti ammazzerò. E Nanni Moretti le rispose: ma non sai nemmeno che cosa ho vinto. E lei rincarò la dose: ma un giorno ti ammazzerò. E Nanni Moretti scherzosamente ci ha detto: beh, trattandosi dei Coen potevo farci una risata su, ma con David Lynch mi ha fatto venire qualche brivido. Volevo sapere la sua versione di questa storia.
I wanted to kill him right away. I love it, and I don't know why I felt that way then, but I forgot it.
Mr. Lynch, thank you for coming back to Twin Peaks, and you have intention to go on, make something more on Twin Peaks?
Too early to say.
Salve, io volevo chiedere al signor Lynch se ci sono possibilità adesso per vedere la sua sceneggiatura di Kafka della Metamorfosi, che so che è pronta, cioè era già pronta da parecchio tempo.
Oh, I wrote a screenplay many years ago, but the beauty about Kafka is it's better to stay in words, and it's such a word-filled story that when I finished the script, I felt that it was better to remain a book than a film.
Iniziate, non vedo più. Un'altra domanda qui e poi dietro. Prego.
Again, let's talk about Freddy Sykes for a second. Is it your version of a superhero film? And do you watch those films? And did you have enough of those films?
I don't watch those films. Freddie was given a power, and he used it, very well.
Lì?
Salve, Federico Macchioni, Cinema dei Sensi. Nei suoi film è molto importante l'atmosfera, un'atmosfera densa anche di richiami, simbolismi. Se dovesse avere la possibilità di tornare indietro nel tempo per rivivere da spettatore l'atmosfera del set di uno dei suoi film, quale sceglierebbe?
I've enjoyed working on every film, except maybe Dune. And I even enjoyed a lot of that. But, no, there's no one particular film. It's just been very enjoyable.
Ma, per girare Dune lei avrebbe rinunciato a girare Star Wars, se ne è mai pentito?
No. I told George Lucas that he should direct it. It's his thing, and he should do it. And it just wasn't my thing.
Una domanda qui davanti?
Salve, innanzitutto grazie di essere qui, sono emozionatissima, grazie. E volevo chiederle, siccome ha avuto l'opportunità di lavorare con David Bowie in Fuoco cammina con me e probabilmente era previsto anche un suo ritorno nell'ultima stagione di Twin Peaks, volevo chiederle se ha un ricordo particolare di lui o se un aneddoto divertente o qualcosa che le viene in mente pensando a David. Grazie.
I'm like everybody, I love David Bowie, and it was such a great, thrill to work with him on Fire Walk With Me. I wanted him, of course, to be in this version, this latest 18 hours, and he couldn't do it. He didn't say why, but now I know why. So it's a sad thing, very sad thing. But he, I think somebody made him feel strangely, bad about his accent in Fire Walk With Me. And I thought it was incredible. perfect. But he asked that on this 18 hours that if anybody did a voice, that it would be a Louisiana actor with a true Louisiana accent. But the Louisiana actor we got sounded exactly like David Bowie.
Hi, Mr. Lynch, good morning. And I would like to ask you a simple question. I always thought that your kind of directing is, and your movies are very similar to Werner Herzog movies. And the reason why I will not explain here because it takes too much longer, but I was asking if you like Werner Herzog and his movies, and if you feel in one way connected to him. Thank you.
I like Werner Herzog a lot as a person and a director. Werner is obsessed. He's obsessed. I love people who are obsessed.
C'è una domanda lì, ma nel frattempo volevo chiederle una cosa io. L'ultimo film per il grande schermo è stato Inland Empire, poi abbiamo visto un film lunghissimo che è Twin Peaks. C'è qualche progetto nel suo cassetto che è pronto a vedere la luce?
There's no project that's ready to go, no.
Salve Mr. Lynch, grazie per il suo lavoro. Due domande veloci. La prima, probabilmente è l'unico o uno dei pochi registi della contemporaneità a cui è associato un aggettivo. Ormai linciano è quasi d'uso comune. Questa cosa la inorgoglisce, la imbarazza o ritiene che magari semplifichi brutalmente a volte il suo lavoro? E volevo chiederle se c'era una sequenza o più di una che lei preferisce nella terza stagione di Twin Peaks. Grazie.
For the first part of the question, I always give the same answer. My doctor has asked me not to think about things like that. And I can't single out any. I love all the 18 hours. And I just, like the whole thing.
Buongiorno, Giuseppe Fantasia, Huffington Post. Volevo sapere cosa ne pensa degli ultimi scandali sessuali hollywoodiani e se ha paura di esserne coinvolto.
Mio Dio!
Stay tuned.
Vero.
Posso? Allora, intanto buongiorno, Mr. Lynch. Le volevo chiedere, che è una domanda forse un po' banale, la fisica quantistica oggi ci sta dimostrando che spazio e tempo sono due categorie che non esistono. Queste teorie in qualche modo rientrano nei suoi film?
That's a really great question. They say that space and time are both born out of the unified field, which underlies the whole field of relativity. In the unified field, there is no space and time. But that same unified field conjures everything that is a thing, including space and time. A magical, magical field. And this field is known by many names. It's known as the Self with a capital S. It's known as the Kingdom of Heaven, which lies within. It's known as the Ocean of Pure Consciousness. It's known as the totality, the reality, the source, the home of total knowledge. A beautiful, beautiful field of unbounded intelligence, creativity, happiness, happiness, love, energy, and peace. And that field is within every one of us human beings. And we can access that field, infuse that field with this technique of transcendental meditation. A beautiful thing for the human being.
Hi, can you tell us your favorite story about Harry Dean Stanton? And would you also like to work in your 90s?
I'd like to work in the hundreds as well. But I love Harry Dean so much. One of a kind, the most innocent, natural actor. And I've told this story, before, but a story about Harry Dean. Right after the Straight Story premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, we all went to a bar called the Petite Bar in the Carlton Hotel. And Harry and my friend Pierre and Angelo Badalamenti and I went up to one end of the bar, and we were sitting and drinking and talking. And Harry he said something about a dream he had about chocolate bunnies. And we laughed a little bit. Then Harry said something else, and we laughed a little bit harder. Then Harry said a third thing, and we laughed even harder. And then he said a fourth thing, and we were laughing pretty much till we were crying. And this went on for about 18 times he topped himself. I've never seen anything like it anywhere, any stand-up comic, anybody who did something like this. And I don't know how he did it. I wish it was on film. It was the most magical thing, and it had to do with the honesty and the innocence of how he said each line. It was so pure, it was just incredible. And that's Harry Dean. He's just himself, and a tender, innocent, fantastic, natural human being.
Buongiorno, Enrico Critica Mainz. La mia è una domanda generale sulla recitazione. Spesso i grandi registi, non so, penso a Hitchcock, Stanley Kubrick, hanno avuto dei rapporti a volte conflittuali con i propri attori, con gli attori utilizzati per le proprie opere. Al contrario, lei ama circondarsi molto spesso dagli stessi attori, non so, penso a Laura Dern, Kyle MacLachlan. Quindi mi chiedo come si approccia lei al lavoro dell'attore, come dirige i suoi attori. Grazie.
You have a script, and the actor has the script, and the actors have read the lines, and they at first have a certain interpretation. Then you get together and you have a rehearsal, even if it's on the day. Sometimes it's before you're shooting. And in the rehearsal, you see that their interpretation differs from the interpretation that I have, maybe, of the idea. So you speak with the actors, with words, so that they get in tune with what the idea wants. And actors pick up on things very quickly. And within a few rehearsals and more words, they get right there on the road indicated by the idea. And then you're rolling. You can see it in their eyes. They're trying to get in tune with it and trying to get in tune with it, and they catch something, and then they've got it.
Allora c'è una domanda lì che era stata, però prima mi inserisco io, volevo soltanto sapere in che modo la meditazione che lei citava prima e che pratica da molti anni, credo dal 73, nutre la sua creatività e l'ha aiutata a incanalare l'energia, le idee, a mettere ordine nelle idee. In che modo l'ha aiutata?
There's two things. One is there's a lot of stress in the world. a lot of negativity. And I say that stress and negativity squeezes the tube that the ideas flow through. And transcendental meditation is like a key that opens up the door to that unbounded field, that eternal field within, which is unbounded creativity, along with intelligence, love, all these positive qualities. If you dive into pure, unbounded creativity, common sense would tell you you're going to get more creative. And the side effect of expanding this consciousness with those all positive qualities is negativity starts lifting away. So that stress starts going, and sorrow and depression, all these things that kill creativity, and that tube opens up and ideas can flow more easily. Ideas start flowing and you can catch them. It's very beautiful.
First I have to thank you for making a TV show in 1991 called Twin Peaks. I was just 11 years old, that means something. My question is about the first season, of course, and I wanted to ask you, there's a music gig in the end of each episode of the third season. My question is, except for David Bowie and Angelo Badalamenti, is there any other musician that you ever wished to be or you wish to have in your the next things you're going to do? Thank you.
Well, Christabel is a singer, and one thing about singers, really, singers and musicians, they're used to performing in public, and so they don't have any kind of fear, and a lot of them can make really great actors.
Francesco, alza la mano.
Salve, sempre una curiosità sulla meditazione trascendentale. Lei ha parlato che questa meditazione fa accedere a un campo, diciamo, comune di conoscenza che appunto toglie lo stress volevo capire, questo campo comune, in qualche modo c'è l'individualità rispetto a questo campo comune, resta o l'immaginario che fa scaturire la meditazione è un immaginario che ci accomuna? Cioè quanto conta poi l'individuo che medita rispetto a quello che prova meditando? Forse è un po' complicato, ma...
No, I understand. On the surface of life, where we are all different. All human beings are different one from another. But they say at that deepest level, that unified field, we are all one. It's the big oneness, unmanifest, one thing. And we all, that's our home, that's our self, the self with a capital S. They say, know thyself. This is the self they're talking about. And, you know, like it says in the Bible, first seek the kingdom of heaven, which lies within, and all else will be added unto you. And that all else is totality. This is our future. It's our birthright to one day enjoy supreme enlightenment, totality. This is our full potential. Every human being has this potential. So it's money in the bank to learn a technique that allows you to experience that unbounded field and infuse that and grow in that and bring out, unfold your totality. It's a beautiful thing. Human beings are beautiful beings with a great, great, great potential.
Buongiorno Mr. Lynch, lei prima parlava di musicisti, una volta ha dichiarato a proposito di Lana Del Rey che la affascinava particolarmente perché aveva un aspetto che sembrava provenire un'altra epoca. Ecco, volevo sapere se più in generale lei è affascinato dalle persone che sembrano provenire da un'altra epoca oltre che da altri mondi, e se la affascinano le persone che hanno un aspetto senza tempo. Grazie.
I like different worlds, but again, the number one thing is the idea. The idea can indicate different worlds, or an idea can indicate something, mundane. But it's ideas that we fall in love with that drive the boat.
Sì, buongiorno, mi chiamo Mario Vitale. Volevo sapere la realtà che si crea girando un film, creando la storia di un film, per lei può essere considerata reale, esistente veramente? Quanto questa realtà di finzione può essere considerata reale?
I think it has to be real it has to be considered reality. There's all these elements that cinema can bring that make it very real, and it creates a world that we can all go into and experience. So it's not the so-called reality that we live in day to day, and that's even in question whether it's really real. But it's a beautiful reality of cinema, and it makes a world, like I said, that we can go into and have an experience.
Buongiorno, Mr. Lynch.
Where are you?
Here I am.
Okay.
È un onore averlo qua. Io sto finendo di scrivere la mia tesi di laurea riguardo la serialità d'autore, quindi l'impronta autoriale nella televisione, e siccome lei è assolutamente una delle persone più influenti da questo punto di vista, volevo chiederle cosa ne pensa della sempre maggiore impronta autoriale nella serialità, e soprattutto della vicinanza tra serie televisiva e cinema, sia da un punto di vista qualitativo che narrativo. E poi una curiosità, se è vero che Twin Peaks è nato dalla visione di un'opera di Marcel Duchamp a Filadelfia. Grazie.
No, that last part is not true. But it's a beautiful work. It's an incredible work. And Eitan Donay, I think it's called. And it's incredible. The thing is, we were just talking earlier, the feature film seems to be in trouble, and people are going to the big screen experience to see more action pictures, and the art house cinema is kind of going away, and cable television has become the new art house. And cable television is beautiful in a way to make a continuing story, something that is, can go on and on and on, which is really thrilling. And if you have creative freedom and can make a continuing story, make a world, then that's a great thing. The only problem is the sound isn't quite as good, and the picture isn't quite as good.
Sì, sto cercando di farle avere il microfono, ma non riesco a farglielo avere, prego.
Buongiorno, volevo sapere una cosa a proposito della...
Where are you? Okay.
Sempre a proposito della modalità creativa tramite la meditazione trascendentale, volevo capire se non crede che però in alcuni modi possa essere un po' castrante, nel senso che anche il dolore e la sofferenza possono essere motore di creatività, quindi sfuggirgli in qualche modo forse potrebbe farle perdere qualcosa della creatività. E poi la seconda domanda è se c'è qualche regista in particolare che le piace in questo momento, delle nuove generazioni, e una serie TV che segue. Grazie.
I like, I've said Mad Men and Breaking Bad. And I agree with you that in a way that not lose their edge. Artists would worry that they would lose their edge. But it's been my experience over 44 years of meditating that you get much more of an edge. And this thing about this suffering, starving artist, I think originated in France. And it's a romantic idea. And there's the garret and the starving artist. And I think the starving artist romantic thing is the artist, if it was a man, would like to have a woman come and bring them some soup and maybe spend the night. But and if the woman doesn't come to bring soup and spend the night, then the starving artist is in the garret, cold and starving and depressed and doesn't even feel like working. So suffering is not necessary. Understanding suffering, understanding all the aspects of negativity is important to tell a story, but I always say the artist doesn't have to suffer to show suffering. You just have to understand it. Depression, it's, you know, people are sometimes so depressed they can't even get out of bed, let alone work. This idea that negativity spurs creativity is a wrong thing. People should be happy and energetic. We should enjoy the doing, and we should have good relationships, and really, really the world should enjoy Italian food and coffee.
Salve, Mr. Lynch, sono Michelangelo. Volevo innanzitutto ringraziarla per tutto quello che ha fatto. Probabilmente questa è l'unica volta che parlerò nella mia vita con lei, quindi sono veramente molto emozionato. La puntata 8 di Twin Peaks è qualcosa di incredibile. A parte questa la mia domanda è rivolta sempre alla creatività. Cosa ne pensa dell'ascolto della musica in rapporto al processo creativo? Mi baso su esperienze personali, molte volte ascoltando musica, soprattutto strumentale, ecco. Il mio processo creativo aumenta, accelera in maniera vertiginosa. Volevo sapere cosa ne pensa lei di questo. Grazie.
Absolutely. Music is so abstract, it can conjure emotion and it can conjure ideas. I've gotten lots and lots of ideas from music. I wrote pretty much the whole script of Blue Velvet listening to Shostakovich. I can't remember, something number 15 in A minor, I think. Over and over and over, ideas just came out of that music. I'm Deranged by David Bowie indicated the whole beginning of Lost Highway. A lot of Angelo's music, we're working together with Angelo, conjures ideas. So much music is conjured. Bobby Vinton's version of Blue Velvet gave me many ideas to start that film. I agree with you 100%. Music, so powerful for emotion and pictures and ideas.
Hello, Mr. David Lynch. This is Amir, and I'm from Sweden. I traveled here from Sweden. You see that I'm
Raise your hand.
yeah, you see my blue rose as well. So, oh, can I come forward?
I see you now.
Yes, yes. Okay. The thing is, I know that you are. It's implied through media that you're friends with Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld, who are also transcendental meditators. And since I've been studying 90s TV a lot, I feel a lot of similarities through Seinfeld and Twin Peaks. You do the drama, he do the comedy, and they kind of like balance each other out, and the actors are kind of similar. And I feel like there's also the LA trilogy in that you made, the movies and the Seinfeld episodes. If you're a fan of Seinfeld, are you aware of these things yourself at all? Because I find the similarities uncanny.
I'm not aware of this at all. But I know, met Jerry Seinfeld, and it's true, he's been meditating longer than I have.
C'è il signore con la maglia rossa qui, c'è anche un altro lì, prego.
Vorrei ringraziarlo moltissimo perché ho proiettato un film suo però di molti anni fa, Elephant Man, a un gruppo di studenti. Li ho visti piangere quando il protagonista dice sono anche un essere umano. Io vorrei ringraziarla da parte di tutti i diversi del mondo. Grazie.
I cried my heart out in that movie too.
And Mr. Lynch, I think that you're so great that you can even realize the effect you have on people. And that is my question. What is the feeling you feel when you paint, you make movies, or you just do your own game? What is the predominant feeling?
The enjoyment. Why would we do things? I mean, so many of us, I guess, have to work and maybe don't enjoy the work. And that's another secret to transcending and experiencing this field within. Everything becomes more enjoyable. And I use the analogy of a toilet cleaner. A toilet cleaner could be a very tough, unenjoyable job. But they start meditating and they get more of this creativity and more inner happiness going. And they start seeing the bathroom as a kind of a game to clean. And they get their new brushes and they get their cleaning new solutions. And they get that bathroom spick and span clean. There's a great euphoria coming, a happiness. And the boss sees this and maybe gives the man a raise.
Signore con la maglia gialla che ha la mano in testa era perché le stava crollando il braccio, sì.
Salve Mr. Lynch, volevo chiederle, lei è un regista che ha sempre cercato di portare al cinema o in TV qualcosa di originale, quando invece, soprattutto nella nostra epoca, si ricorre a stereotipi visti e rivisti sia nel passato ma anche di registi più attuali. Le volevo chiedere intanto qual è il suo pensiero riguardo ad esempio anche alla moda dei remake, dei reboot, e se le hanno proposto già la possibilità di un remake cinematografico di Twin Peaks, una realizzazione quindi proprio della serie in un unico film, e se lei sarebbe d'accordo ovviamente.
Well, this 18 hours I see as a film, so it's like a reboot, a remake in a way, a continuing story, so I've kind of done that, what you said. I think, you know, a huge amount of the film business is based on money, so people do what they think will make money, and then there's a bunch of other filmmakers that do just what they love and just take it as it comes when they release a film. I think people should, you know, the happiest ones do what they love, regardless of how it goes in the world.
Buongiorno Mr. Lynch, inconscio, Freud e Jung. Volevo sapere, magari è un film personale, ma la positività che trasmettono le sue riflessioni, io le associo molto alla psicologia jungiana. Volevo sapere se sono una mia idea. Grazie.
Jungian at heart.
Purtroppo dobbiamo chiudere, grazie.